Breaking down Atom USD here, Cosmos. So it's still technically bearish. I mean, it's below the daily moving average, but we've recently had some good bullish momentum upwards on basically all cryptocurrencies. So I do think this is going to continue up a little bit, but I'm going to wait for a pullback in order to enter. So let's break this down and see if we can find a trade setup. I can see that it's currently very close to an area of structural resistance right around the 750 area. I'm going to actually just mark that here, 7.5. So price is pretty much right at it today. You can see there's an area, it's this little zone here where price has come up before and then got bought up around here, broke below. You can see tested, heavily tested here, tested again, sold off, and now you can see it's back at that area again. So it's a good sign. I do think that it's going to head higher, but I think it's going to pull back first, or ideally I'm not going to get into a trade until it pulls back to our zone here. And just by looking at this, I can see that your 618 50% area, which is the most common, this is perfect. This lines up super well. You can see as far as like structure goes, price broke above it here, came down, tested, broke up, tested here, came up, finally broke below, tested, price was below it here. You can see rejected, sold off, finally broke through it, retested it here and here before heading higher. So I do think this is an area price is going to come down to. If the trend is really strong, it might only come back down to the 38.2 level, which you can also see there is some good liquidity in that area as well. Here, we'll draw this out and then delete the fib so we can see it better. Oops, that's fine. So you can see there's a couple zones here. There's this 38.2 and then there's the 50% to 618 area down here, which I like better. So I'd be waiting for price to come back down to this area in order to enter and then target higher. I think that's your safest bet. I think this is an area that has previously been resisted many times, here, and now potentially again. And technically this is still bearish. It's below this moving average, so we don't know that this is actually even going to head higher yet, because I mean it's still bearish. So, but it has printed somewhat of a double bottom here on the weekly. You can see this is a very significant weekly area that price has resisted even back in 2022 here. So you can see here and now here again, double bottom. So potentially to head higher, and then even if we, even if this is still technically bearish, what it could be doing is just a retracement of this bearish leg here. So it could be just coming up to this area as well. So between 50%, 618 of this bearish segment right here, and you can see this is a heavily respected level as well. So there's a very good chance that if this is going to continue upwards, this is the area it's going to go to. Even if we think that this is long-term bearish, there's a good chance it comes up to this area before heading even lower. So I think we can get in some good buys until then, until it hits that area. So oops, there's a lot of lines here. We'll clean all this up now so we figure out exactly what we're looking at. So yeah, this is our main zone that we want to get in on, and then potentially targeting up here. So right around 850 is kind of where that real zone is. So could target the bottom of the zone just to start with, and then just to be on the safe side. And then if we wait for price to come back down here, we buy it, and it hits this area for a fifth time, and it's a little bit weird, then we just take our profits. But if it plows through this area with no issues, no bearish engulfing candles, then we're going to go all the way up to about 830, right in at the bottom of this zone here. And then as far as figuring out kind of time frames, what I like to do is look at the ranges. So on average this moves about $1 per week. Last week was it moves about 94 cents. Last week was 77 cents, week before was 64, so maybe about 80 cents. So from here to here, so we're looking at like 752 all the way down to 685, so that's about 65 cents. So that's within range, so it could do that this week. This could pull back this week, and then we'd be looking to head long potentially next week. So I'll set this up for maybe Wednesday. We'll see if this pulls back the next couple days, and then target higher This range from here, from 686 up to 824 here, could take a couple weeks. But the cool thing is we are going into another month, and this month it's moved $1.50. It says on average it usually moves about $4.37. But if you look at statistically, it's about $1.50 a month. So this is the range for next month. So I mean, we don't know how long it's going to take, but we can set it up for the entire month. So basically, this is the trade I'm looking at for all of November as of right now. Something exactly like this: sell off to this area, get bought up all the way to 825 ish, and that would be our full monthly move. And right now, I mean, if you could cinch your stop up as soon as price comes into this area and then creates a bunch of lows, you just keep your stop below all those lows, enter your long position, you're good to go for 825. You'll probably get a 4 risk to reward, or 1 to 4 risk to reward, so that's excellent. I like that a lot. And yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at for Cosmos here. So we just have to see how it plays out. I'm in no rush to buy this. I would let it come down first. Make sure that, you know, we do want to head higher. And how we know we do want to head higher, I mean, obviously if it broke this area, but like I said, this area right here is super significant. So there's a very good chance it gets sold off heavily once it hits this area. So in order for me to buy it and make it be worth the risk to reward, it's got to come down to here. If it just breaks this area and retests it, and it's something like this, then we can't, there's not good enough risk to reward to do that. So I would need it to come down to this area, get bought up, and then target, you know, 825. So that's my take on Cosmos. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.